Hey there everybody, Johnny T here, and today we're going to replace the battery in this Seiko watch. This is kind of, it's got the DNA of a Seiko Flightmaster in it. It's not quite like the original Flightmaster, but it's still a aviation-based timepiece for sure. It's got a internal rotating bezel, it's got a slide rule, chapter ring towards the end. I believe that's what this is. It's a slide rule. The chronograph pusher has this crazy oversized, over-engineered pusher lever, which is kind of neat. The crown is an onion crown, which is pretty cool. Same with this one. Or I guess you could also call them like Princess Cut diamond shaped, I suppose. That's probably more accurate. I mean, onions are fatter, right? And then you just have a standard pusher to disengage the chronograph and reset it. So, really interesting watch. This one has the alarm function, I believe. Yeah, as it says right there. It is using a 7S26, I believe. 7T62. Sorry. So the thing that I've noticed about these kinds of watches is this one uses the same exact movement. I replaced the battery in this watch, I don't know, 3 months ago maybe, and it's already giving me the low battery indicator. So I think these movements in particular are just really stingy when it comes to batteries that you install. I haven't been running the chronographs or anything like that. There's no reason why these batteries should be failing prematurely, as egregiously as they are. Like, a battery should absolutely last more than 3 months. So I bought some Renata batteries specifically for these Seikos. I think any Seiko watch using 7T62, you might want to use some higher quality batteries in. They won't behave well if you don't, so you might as well just bite the bullet and get some Renata batteries, or Sony batteries would probably work, Maxwell's probably be okay, but these are the best batteries you could get, really, as far as I know. They're Swiss made, and they're made, I think, with watches in mind for sure. So, yeah, see what happens. I'm going to do just this watch. I've already done the Seiko, the Great Blue. I've already done this watch. It's a very cool watch regardless. But the only reason why I haven't been able to list it is because the batteries keep failing in it. So let's do this one today and call it a day. Once I figure out what the model number of this is, I'll throw it in the video title. It's really kind of difficult to find models for Seiko watches. They don't print it anywhere on the watch itself, kind of like Citizen. So you got to just kind of do some digging around and find it. Okay, so for this watch, I'm going to go ahead and remove the bracelet. I'm going to use my Bergeon. What is this? 7767. And I'm going to use the. So I've actually had to reshape this fork already because I've broken it on a spring bar before. So I get my jeweler saw and I just saw it through the middle, and then I kind of revive it, and it works out okay. I did buy a replacement though, so just to give you an idea, that's what it's supposed to look like, and this is how mine is looking. So I'm just trying to get as much use as I can. I could also grind down the edges and use more material from this post. So I think I could be using this for a long time, actually. Probably, I mean, not forever, but a very long time. I've probably taken hundreds of spring bars off with this, so. Okay, so we're just going to come in. There's these little, just these little notches here. You want to just come in and pull down, disengage the spring bars, and it'll pop that this part of the bracelet off. So these are not hollow end links. That's kind of nice. Seiko is, I believe they put hollow end links on a lot of their watches actually, so that's kind of nice. Let's pull this one out. Pull this one out. Whoops, it went back in. Got to leave some tension on it just so that doesn't happen. Alright, so we've got our bracelet off. So the bracelet, no diver's extension on this. I mean, it's not a dive watch, so why would you have that? This is just a standard press clasp. Pressed metal, nothing to... man, I'm not getting anything on video today, am I? Nothing to write home about. Just your standard Seiko bracelet. It's got Seiko stamped right there. It's nice, you know, it's not the worst bracelet in the world, but it's not really amazing either, so I would call this very average. But it does have a very nice glossy finish. Probably PVC maybe? I don't know. Not sure, but I'll clean this up before I put it back on because I have that opportunity now. So here's a better look at the case back. 7T62-OHM0. I'm not sure what that part means, but sometimes if you just look this up on Google or eBay, you could find this watch, but it's really useful for vintage Seikos because that's what people just kind of throw in their listings. It's got 100 meters water resistance. Here's the actual serial number. I'm pretty sure I've replaced the battery in this before. Pretty sure. So we're gonna do it again today. I think I'm gonna try just the ball and see if I can't get this case back off. Ah, nice. Right on. There you go. Should always try the ball first. Don't even need to get a case back tool for that. This is what the inside of it looks like. This is pretty common for a lot of watch brands to be making their cases in China. It does say Seiko Corp. This is a piezo element. This is what the alarm uses to chime. Pretty cool. Okay, so this is the movement. We've seen this before on my channel, but it's a 7T62A. Those are not fingerprints. I'm not sure what those are. That's weird. It's got some... Huh. I've got some rodico. I've also been advised to use rodico more often, and that is definitely something I need to do more. Got it right here. Rodico is kind of I mean, people use it for cleaning. They use it for keeping things in place. They use it for all kinds of stuff. And I barely used the rodico I bought. I've had this forever. And I just never use it. Don't know why. I'm going to start using it though, since I have it. I guess I just need to tear off a little bit off the end, right? I guess I could use this fork and just take a little bit out. Maybe something like that. I'm not sure. I'll have to look into see what people use, but I assume I could just use a little clump like this. So let's see if I could clean these spots up with the rodico. Oh yeah, look at that. Wow, look at that. Cleaned it right up. Check it out. Didn't leave any smudges or anything anywhere. Wow. Color me impressed. Huh. Alright. Cool. I'm definitely going to use that more often. That's really, yeah. Wow. Alright, cool. There you go. Use rodico to clean your watches. Hey. Okay, so we're going to get this battery out. Just going to kind of pry it out like that, push it out like this. Yeah, I'm using metal. Sorry, everybody. I will use plastic tweezers here. Even though this battery is dying, it doesn't matter. But I will use my plastic tweezers so I don't short one of these guys, the Renata 395, other aka SR927 SW. I'm not going to get any fingerprints on this, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to use my tool, just tear around. And then I'm just going to let that drop out, or fly out, I guess. Alright, cool. And then I'm going to get my watch back. Got my battery. This should be the right size. I mean, I bought these specifically for these Seiko movements because they're so testy. So let's find out. Yep. Looks good to me. Oh, do I have to short these? No. No, I don't have to short this watch. Okay, this movement anyways. Okay, cool. Well, I guess let's find out if it's running. I'm sure it is. It was running before I took it apart. There's too much space between the movement and these lugs, so I don't think I'm going to risk that. I think I'm just going to very loosely... Oh yeah, another trick somebody taught me in the comments is to kind of keep your finger in the center. Yeah, that works really well. Okay. It's running. Of course it is. See if the chronograph runs. Of course it does. Let's let this run and see if that minutes hand changes. We'll double check and make sure the date's changing and everything. I'm gonna get this case back screwed back on in the meantime. Just use the ball. There's no reason to make it any tighter than that. It's 100 meters, so I don't think it's gonna do much more. I don't need to tighten it any further than that, I don't think. Okay, so this is so it's called the mecha quartz. It kind of mimics what a mechanical quartz chronograph, mechanical quartz chronograph. That's funny. Well, I guess Citizen makes something like, anyways, the mechanical chronograph. So it's kind of trying to mimic that. And we just did see the minutes hand move 1, so it's taken 1 revolution. But yeah, it's really cool. It's the best of both worlds, honestly. You get this kind of sweeping seconds hand. I don't know how many times it sweeps. It looks like it's like 2 or 3 a second, maybe. I'm not sure. But most quartz chronographs will do what this one's doing, which is 1 tick per second. That's really standard for chronographs, but Seiko's kind of the king of these mecha quartz. I think most quartz watches that have this type of movement is using one of Seiko's mecha quartz movements, probably this exact one, which is once again a 7T62. It does have a alarm function, which I'm going to test later. I can never remember how to do that. I should probably do it on video at some point, but I can never remember how to set these alarms. I don't even know if people actually use them. Maybe, hey, if you use the alarm feature of one of these Seiko chronographs, let me know in the comments, because I don't know how useful they are. I know they're really useful as like a dual time zone. I see a lot of use for that, and I think that's a good use of it. But as far as like, because I think once the alarm goes off once, it's done, right? And you have to reset it every single time you want an alarm. I think that's how it works. So yeah, let me know in the comments if anybody actually like uses this on a daily basis. I'd be really curious to find out. Okay, so because I've actually had a watch returned because the alarm didn't work, so I don't know. I mean, obviously I claimed that it was fully functional, and sometimes I'd make a mistake, and yeah, that's probably why they were upset. It makes sense, but I'm just curious if people actually use the alarm. Okay, let's get dimensions and then call it a video. I think this was a pretty quick and simple repair. I'm not gonna say repair. Battery service. Quick and simple battery service. So we got 0 millimeter here. Want to make sure you zero that out. I'm gonna not include any of these crowns or anything. So the case size is about 43 millimeters, excluding everything. If you include both of these crowns, oh boy, 53 millimeters. That is massive. So there's a lot of stuff on the ends of this watch that can make it a bit bulkier than it seems. So keep that in mind. The lugs are quite short. Talking a lug to lug of about 50 millimeters, and then the lug width is 24 millimeters, and then the thickness of this, it's a thick watch, 11.6 millimeters. It's got to be a thick watch in order to fit all of this slide rule internal bezel stuff in it. So pretty big watch, but when you look at it, like, think about if you're not using the slide rule, like if that's just a decoration to you, you know, the amount of watch you're getting here is like that, you know, and that might be like 32, maybe 32 millimeters, if that. I don't know, let's find out. Excluding our bezel. Sorry, 26 millimeters, yeah. So that's how much watch you're getting right there, is about 26 millimeters as far as chronograph and stuff goes. So, yeah, seems to be running quite well. Let's reset the chronograph. Chronograph seconds hand is off by a bit. I'm going to fix that later. Doesn't appear to be hitting 12 o'clock exactly. Well, let's see if we can fix it right now. Okay. Set that. I just had to hold both pushers for a few seconds in position 2. That looks right to me. It's off by a little bit, but I just don't think it's centered on the actual, what is that, opinion? Can't remember, but that looks pretty good to me now. Cool. Well, that was quick and simple. Thanks so much for watching. If this is useful and you like the video, like and subscribe. I'm going to clean this watch up a bit. It's got some gunk on the back. I guess I can clean that up right now, actually. So what I usually do, I don't want to submerge this watch. I don't think it's filthy enough to like get water involved. So let's just get a an alcohol wipe. These are super useful. I use alcohol wipes for everything, and just gonna clean it up a little bit, I think, and that's all this stuff is coming up, so that's all it needs. The bracelet I'm gonna run underwater and just give it a little scrub, but this seems to be okay. I mean, I'm not doing the best job in the world cleaning my watches, honestly. Like, I never really do the best job. I do want people to know that they are in used condition when they are buying from me. So, like, you know, leaving some character, I mean, it's not the end of the world. Okay, so now I'm gonna flip it inside out, or I'm gonna use the inside of it to kind of clean, because this there shouldn't be any gunk or anything on this opposite side. I'm just gonna give it a nice clean where the band usually goes, because this is a hard to clean area, so I might as well. I'm gonna leave some stuff, but I mean, I have like hundreds of watches that I have to go through. As much as I would like to spend the time and effort to clean every single watch, I mean, at the end of the day, these are used watches, and some signs of use are to be expected, in my mind, and I guess my customers agree, because I don't get too many problems as far as like, hey, there's dirt in my watch, like, what the heck. People, I mean, if it's clean enough, they seem to not mind it. So it's almost like they're, like I said, there's an expectation that it's not perfect. So, and that seems to work in my favor. Okay, well, thank you so much, everybody, and yeah, like and subscribe. And I'll see you all on the next one. Take care.